Photorealistic games are pushing closer to the real thing than ever before. From lifelike characters to environments that look pulled straight from reality, these upcoming titles are raising the bar for visual fidelity. Let's check out these jaw-dropping games. Blackwood is building a dark, realistic world rooted in isolation and psychological tension. Dense forests, abandoned structures, and natural lighting aim to ground the horror in believable spaces. The direction leans towards slow exploration and environmental storytelling where realism amplifies fear.
You're always showing up when I'm closing. Oh my god, what happened to your face?
Today.
Put some ice on it. Good night, Anton.
The gap in left center. That's rolling all the way to the wall. He's around first, digging.
Neo Berlin 2087 is building a near-future city driven by surveillance, control, and social pressure. Streets feel crowded and watchful. Architecture towers overhead, and every district reflects a different layer of power. The direction points toward a story-heavy experience set inside a believable cyberpunk society.
Or just living inside someone else's dream. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Even if this is a simulation, the pain still feels real.
Neo Berlin, what do I really know about it? She's like you. She needs your help.
I followed every thread, reconstructed memories. None of it fits.
You think you're solving the case. This is so much bigger. What if the case is you?
The world only works with order. Without order, chaos breaks out. It's out of balance and we must restore it. Do you understand that, Nolan?
Yes.
Nolan, what have you done?
Has its own story. Yes.
Exiledge looks to place players in an unforgiving frontier, shaped by terrain and shifting conditions. Movement through open zones seems risky, with the world itself acting as a threat. The presentation hints at constant pressure and exposed survival.
Ray, you can dance it. You can dance it.
Clive Barker's Hellraiser revival is leaning fully into disturbing environments filled with ritual, flesh, and shadow. Spaces feel intimate and uncomfortable, designed to unsettle rather than overwhelm. The horror builds through atmosphere and presence instead of sudden shock.
I see your intrigue, your fear, your inability to comprehend these sights. But you called for us, and you can no longer return. You can only journey deeper into hell and witness the infinite terror within. The reckoning will be.
Cooperative games is because I've been sort of typecast into that now. Yeah, we sort of...
Den of Wolves is setting up high-pressure urban heists inside dense, lived-in environments. Interiors are tight, lighting is sharp, and every space feels designed for tension. The direction emphasizes risk, precision, and moments where everything can fall apart instantly.
Basically.
Look at him get antsy.
Nailing the tone and making sure that the game has a specific target audience, like we're aiming at a specific type of player.
Den of Wolves is a game that's gonna try to cater to the heist fantasy, but also cater to players playing with strangers.
Splitting the game into two groups, saying like, either you plan the heist,
you're in position,
or you're there to help out. We're making almost like two games at the same time, but it sort of sits in the same session. It sort of has to be its own thing, otherwise why does the project exist if it's not its own thing?
It's such a cliche word, immersive, but it is. You hear that all the time about when talking about games. But yeah, I guess immersive is the best way to like just bringing people in and avoiding these things that keep reminding the player that, oh, this is just a game, you know.
We take a lot of inspiration from Inception is a good example, or Matrix, where you have an alternate reality or dimensional things.
And then of course there's like deep lore, and it's a huge part of a game experience is the narrative and the atmosphere, the mix with the sound effects and the music as well. All of that informs the tone and how you perceive the game as someone who just jumps in and gets into it, you know.
It develops into a sprawling city controlled by corporations, and you have to rely on crime to survive.
Everything in the game supports making it appeal to that type of a gamer.
It's hard for me to do anything else, you know. It's that.
We've got company!
Let's just make games in a way, you know?
Said it came out of the icy waves of the North Sea.
The Night Wanderer is forming a folklore-driven world shaped by moonlight, silence, and sudden danger. Landscapes feel quiet but uneasy, with darkness doing most of the storytelling. The experience leans toward restraint, mystery, and slow-burn fear.
As a dragon, his sword ablaze. They said he came out of the Fright Wastelands, shaped by depraved thoughts. A shadow followed him. A shadow who sang of war. They said he was the son of a vagrant god, who sired him with a mortal woman. They said he was forged by lightning. A lightning that woke up the slumbering princess. She was confined by the abyss. Her only hope, the ship carrying her beloved. Liz said she died, giving birth to fire and to the warrior.
What the hell happened to these people?
Please! Oh God, help me!
Deepest Fear hints at an experience where industrial corridors become traps rather than pathways. Limited visibility and close quarters seem central to how fear is sustained. The design points toward survival shaped by restraint, uncertainty, and constant threat.
Stay away from the water! They come from the water!
He's all mine.
Solo leveling Arise Overdrive looks to push its combat into high-impact encounters defined by speed and force. Striking effects, heavy character presence, and large-scale clashes suggest constant escalation. The direction points toward spectacle that never fully lets up.
I'll cut you in an instant. It's over.
Hela is shaping a calm yet haunting world inspired by nature and quiet storytelling. Open spaces feel gentle but emotionally charged, with environments guiding the journey more than dialogue. The focus leans toward exploration and mood rather than conflict. Axe of Blood positions itself around close-range combat, shaped by dense, hostile urban spaces. Fights appear designed to unfold at arm's length, where movement, weight, and timing matter more than flourish. Physical animations and environmental interactions seem to define each encounter, turning walls, corners, and objects into part of the struggle.
Bad.land.
Lords of the Fallen 2 is setting up a grim fantasy world, defined by colossal ruins, broken realms, and constant threat. The direction leans into punishing combat and hostile environments where danger is always close. Everything about its presentation points toward a darker, more demanding journey built around survival, mastery, and descent into corruption.
Within you, something ancient, powerful, hungry. So I ask you, will you harness this darkness within and deliver unto our so-called lords retribution? But should you fall, the world falls with you.
The galaxy lies shattered.
Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War 4 moves toward massive, all-out warfare where entire fronts collapse under constant pressure. Huge armies clash across dense war zones filled with artillery fire, crumbling defenses, and relentless momentum. Expect heavy battles, sharp strategy, and a stronger sense of scale that captures the brutal power of the Warhammer universe.
Orc warlords infest the surface. Mechanicus priests pursue knowledge long forgotten. Ancient horrors awaken, claiming dominion over all. And something still stirs below. Buried deep, lost for eons, and never meant to return. We stand defiant. Cronus must not fall. And we are not alone. Is untold. Only one thing is certain. War has returned to Cronus.
The Lost Wild is shaping an experience where humans enter environments that are no longer under their control. Vast jungles, overgrown facilities, and unfamiliar sounds hint at a world ruled by living dinosaurs. The direction points toward cautious exploration, limited safety, and constant uncertainty, where survival depends on awareness rather than firepower. The Mound Omen of Cthulhu points toward an expedition into hostile jungles, where ancient ruins hide something far worse than the terrain itself. What looks untouched and beautiful begins to unravel as unseen forces surface. The horror appears designed to grow slowly, using exploration and atmosphere to pull players deeper into cosmic dread. DEFECT presents a fractured sci-fi conflict where control is slipping and identity feels unstable. Industrial zones, restricted areas, and constant pressure suggest a world that offers no safe ground. Combat and survival appear closely tied to choices made under stress, hinting at shifting loyalties and escalating consequences.
Green light, 50 seconds. The system approves infiltration and data harvest. High-value criminal elements control the entire block between Figueroa and Lincoln. Multiple suspects in the stacks. Infiltrate and harvest. I will guide you in. Serve and protect. And the system will set you free. Once you're inside, apprehend and pursue all suspects. The system requires you monitor all fellow officers for deviation. It is your sworn duty to report any agitation, any disobedience, any emotion. The system is always watching.
Kill everyone of you.
Fresh meat. Welcome to the grinder. You think you're brave? Law-abiding citizens, we have guests. 10 foes out for the first slug to bring me to head. If you want to live through the night, stay the fuck out of our way.
That's the first data drive. Marked.
Running a bypass.
Stealth wall deployed.
Suspect inside is jamming our system access. Breach and clear the apartment. Weapons hot.
Let me see her.
No hesitation.
Please help.
Subject down.
What did they promise you? Freedom? Family?
There are 2 more data cubes on this block.
The system knows. You're one of us.
I'm not going to.
Cover me!
Prosecute. With extreme prejudice.
Fuck you, pig!
Consciousness transfer approved.
No, no, no! Please, I just need to get up to 460.
Alameda PD is tracking multiple gang units converging on your position. Floor 80 and above are locked down. Data cubes will access the system mainframe. Wipe the drive and reboot the block. Useless bastards! You let the pigs check into my shit! I skin a lot of you! Now swallow the fucking
spared no expense.
Jurassic Park Survival focuses on human fragility within environments reclaimed by nature and predators. Abandoned facilities and open wilderness appear tense and unpredictable. Progress seems to rely on careful movement, awareness, and knowing when to avoid confrontation, keeping danger constantly present.
This is Dr. Maya Joshi. I've been left behind on Isla Nubla. Is anyone there?
Millions of souls pour into the underworld every day.
Swords of Legends leans into a myth-inspired fantasy rooted in Chinese folklore. Vast landscapes, ancient traditions, and fluid combat define its direction. The world points toward a balance between elegance and scale, aiming for a journey that feels both heroic and culturally rich.
Fallen leaves return to their roots. You shall gather the souls that stray.
I've watched over this city for ages, and every name in your scroll of death. Not one of them dies quietly. You, a soulless husk. You can judge my fate. Why wrestle rogues when their artifacts can do what brute strength cannot?
What? A soulless husk?
The living cast their dead to flame, and sacrifice ignites the war banners!
Here we go again.
Negative atmosphere to put players inside isolated sci-fi spaces where silence carries real weight. Narrow corridors, failing systems, and long stretches of uncertainty slowly build tension. Horror emerges through confinement and anticipation rather than constant encounters.
get out of here before something else breaks. Lights are back on, that's good.
Warning. Toxic atmospheric pollutant detected. Please evacuate sector and inform maintenance personnel.
Soldier's pendant.
The Relic, the First Guardian, hints at a journey shaped by forgotten civilizations and dormant power. Ancient structures and abandoned sites suggest a history that refuses to remain buried. Exploration appears central, gradually leading toward confrontations tied to myth, legacy, and long-lost guardians.
Something you left behind. Father, the wind blew again today. Mother says the wind is you.
Though the steps never returned, their waiting became the wind that circles the hill. Only the pinwheel remembers the love of a family.
Stars for a new home. Humanity's future depended on us. Or so we thought.
Directive 8020 focuses on survival far from Earth, within confined spacecraft and unknown territory. Limited space and unclear threats are likely to influence every decision. The experience leans towards psychological pressure and isolation, where fear grows from what cannot be seen or explained.
Venturing through to the maintenance facilities on Deck 4.
Not really in the mood for a walk.
It's our only option. What would Stafford say?
Never forget why you started. Would you look at that? Gets me every time.
Come on, Galileo. What a mess.
Understatement of the year.
What is that?
Coolant, maybe?
What we're doing here is a vital step into a new tomorrow.
Okay, now you are sounding like one of William's training videos.
We have always questioned whether we're alone in the universe. It's only when we come face to face with death that we get our answer. However connected the universe may be, in the end, we all die alone.
Solarpunk presents a future where technology and nature coexist in harmony. Cities filled with greenery, clean energy, and organic design point toward a calmer vision of tomorrow. Exploration and interaction appear centered on balance, creativity, and coexistence rather than conflict.
This is how our city died.
All Will Fall revolves around instability as a core mechanic. Environments are expected to break down and fail, forcing constant adaptation and quick decision-making. Survival appears tied to momentum and awareness, creating pressure through collapsing systems and unpredictable conditions.
It was not easy, for the resources were scarce, and Mother Nature wasn't always kind. But we prevailed. We worked hard and laughed, celebrating each day. We explored the land and the ocean, and welcomed newcomers into our walls. But as the city grew, so did our leader's power, and his heart slowly turned to stone. He became reckless, cruel, and greedy, hoarding food for the chosen few, and demanding to build more and more, despite all the dangers. And when the storm came, everyone paid the price. His decisions led to a catastrophe. But we will rebuild. We survived worse. Now, it's your turn to lead us. Will you be a savior or a tyrant? Bring prosperity to the last bastion of humanity, or else...
Blight's survival is set in a brutal medieval world shaped by disease and constant threat. Settlements struggle to endure, battlefields feel merciless, and danger seems ever-present. The experience emphasizes endurance and desperation, where survival is earned through persistence rather than raw power.
Of his radiant might, the Emperor. You, young governor, have been generously relocated to the soggy...
Anno 117 Pax Romana expands into the height of the Roman Empire with a focus on governance, trade, and long-term planning. Cities grow through political decisions, economic systems, and population management. The scale points toward a deep, civilization-shaping experience.
You are far from the marble columns of Latium, and with that distance comes freedom. The freedom to govern as you choose, to civilize the land or be changed by it. You must be starving from the exhausting boat ride over, so warm your toga and fill your belly at the local tavern with a hearty meal of roast beef and beer. Oh, and their cheese pairs surprisingly well with wine. Don't ask how I know. Maintain Celtic ways to learn their myths and melodies at the Bardic Hall, or test your physical might at the recreation grounds. If you're truly craving a taste of home, Romanize and build the Grammaticus or the theatre. Befriend the smiths, their forges glorious. With copper, tin, and silver flowing from these hills, no wonder Varda's army strikes like thunder. Oh, and a word to the wise. Varda will notice your Roman ways, and if pushed too far, you'll need to be ready for battle. Their gods, strange as they seem, carry weight. Epona blesses horses, making carts travel faster over stilted roads. Ken Nunos enriches forests. Learn the ways of their gods, and your rule may go more smoothly. You live in duality, but you will always be a Roman, so you can either govern like one, or be a sympathetic leader. Just imagine this marshland filled with terracotta roofs, paved roads, bathhouses. Oh, civilization. This place is wild, from wicker men to mystical Celtic rites. But it is also your blank slate. So will you rule with a Roman fist or a Celtic touch? What happens next? That's up to you. You can take it from here.
Fuzzy, the tournament of a million punches!
Felt that boxing presents a ring where every round is expected to feel physically demanding. Movement, stamina, and positioning appear likely to decide each exchange, with momentum shifting as fatigue sets in. The experience points toward close-range pressure and endurance, aiming to capture the strain of boxing rather than exaggerated spectacle.
You're gonna be champ. We gotta transform you. Why are you even here? Don't waste my time!
Save us, Fuzzy! OVERDRIVE!
Attaboy. Attaboy. Eat bread, crap, burnt toast, carb load! This meat ain't gonna beat itself! I've been taking dumps in there all day! Jab, jab, jab!